Ladies and gentlemen, I've got some super exciting news. So welcome back to the channel, Finally Finished Classics. Look what we have. We have a Skoda 120 LE. I mean, this is a cool car. I mean, it's cool now. It may not have been cool back in the 80s, but this is what they call now a hen's teeth car. What do I mean by hen's teeth car? Well, hens don't have any teeth. So therefore, it's a super rare car. And we are going to restore this car. Now, what do we know about it so far? Well, we know we pulled it out of a barn in a little village in County Armagh, in this part of the United Kingdom called Points Pass. We're going to completely rejuvenate and put this car back on the road. We have a plan. I don't know, I have to look into it. We'd like to bring it to Birmingham to the Classic Car Restoration Show in the NEC. That means we drive it from here to Belfast, we go on a boat to Liverpool, and we drive it down to Birmingham. Is that possible? Well, that'd be great if we could do that, but that's what we're going to aim at. So I hope you come along with us for the journey. That's the plan. Now, whenever I was growing up, there was a super cool guy called Orley Watson. Orley Watson was a bit older than us. He always had cool cars. He was just a cool guy. And he rode motorcycles, raced them even, classic motorcycles at that. But he was a super cool guy, an upright fella. But he coined a phrase. And to coin the phrase, I mean, he called Skodas something that they weren't. And what I mean by that is, in Northern Ireland, a famous breed in County Armagh is a soda farl. And I mean, a soda farl looks, that is one. That's what a soda farl is. I mean, you get that, two of them, put them on top of each other, make a sandwich, put a couple of sausages in it, a couple of pieces of bacon, well done, a fried egg, and half a bottle of brown sauce. It's a really tasty breakfast. However, it's not the most healthy. But what Orley done, these cars were sort of revered and looked upon in the early 80s as a joke of a car. I mean, people just made all sorts of silly jokes about them, and consequently, they just all got scrapped because nobody had any sort of respect for them as such. However, Orley Watson gave them a name, and that name was a Skoda farl. Not a soda farl, but a Skoda farl. Skoda farl. So from now on, we're going to call this the Skoda farl Restoration. So I hope you'll come along with for the journey. First and foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pressure washer out. I'm going to give it a good wash and clean up. Then I'm going to put it over in the shade, and we're going to look at some of the cool aspects of this car. I mean, what's this here all about? This scoop on the bonnet, you know, for a carburetor on a normal car, but it's not for a carburetor on a Skoda farl. What is it for? Well, we're going to take a look at that among many of the other intricacies of this car that are just different to any other manufacturer. I mean, I'm so excited. Isn't it cool? Let's see if we can push it. Yeah, good step. You might be alright. Now I have been doing some cleaning on the Skoda Farl and really excited about just what it is and the colour of it. Sort of trying to make decisions on what way to move forward with this project. So I'm going to take you around and show you some of the Skoda oddities, some things that I find funny and just class about Skoda, and this particular Skoda anyway. So on the front of the Skoda here, we have a racing front bumper, spoiler, splitter, whatever you want to call it. And I think it's really cool on this particular car. I think this shared this with the Super Estelle LSE. And I really like that. Now, up here on the bonnet, we've actually got the carburetor scoop, the scoop air into the carburetor. And cause the carburetor, you know, just to get that better air for speed and agility. However, hold on a minute, I'll see this. As I said, however, when I open the bonnet, we find that these carburetor air scoops are blocked off with two black panels with wing nuts on them. How cool is that? And then again, of course we don't have a carburetor in the front of a Skoda Farl. It's the boot floor. So looking at the boot floor, we have a lot of corrosion here, but generally not too bad. There's a lot of sealing going on here around this servo. Might be a new master cylinder, who knows? But it definitely looks a little bit ropey around there. That's not even tight. So don't know what's going on there. Not sure what's going on here either. It's one of them for the clutch and one of them for the brakes. Don't know. Have to figure that one out. That could be fun. But here we have wiper motor, and then there's the heater motor. And I have to say the wipers are pretty cool too. And I must say, I really, really do like these tires. Or not tires, wheels. So back when I was 17, 18, I had a Datsun 120Y. And my Datsun 120Y, I paid £120 for it. And it was rotten. And I mean, when the MOT expired, there was no return for it. So with about 2 weeks to go before the MOT ran out, I went to a dealership in Portadown, which I seen this great ad. We will give you £700 for any car against a brand new car. So I thought, well, I mean, I paid £120 for it, and it was pretty scrap at the time. An orange Datsun 120Y two-door. And I loved that car. However, its days had gone. It was definitely not viable to have it re-welded, especially in those days. You just didn't have MIG welders. I mean, people were running around with a gas settling and like a brass wire, something like that, settling, whatever, and repairing it was just not viable. So I pulls up to the dealership in my orange Datsun, and out pops the salesman, a man called Freddie Pritchard, great salesman, and there he had quite a few Skoda Farls for sale. But one that caught my eye was this colour. It had a black vinyl roof. It had a sunroof. It had a radio stereo. I mean, it had spoilers front and back, even the carburetor scoop for the engine that's in the boot. I mean, it had a rear spoiler, and the seats were cool. It had a rev counter. I mean, and alloy wheels. And the story about the alloy wheels was, I just thought the alloy wheels looked so cool. Like, none of my friends had cars with alloy wheels. I mean, they had Vauxhall Vivas, Vauxhall Chevette, Ford Escort Mark II, but we were all base models, essentially. And to get the car with this spec just sounded too good to be true. I mean, here I come in to a dealership, and he offers me a brand new Skoda with that specification, and tells me he'll give me £700 for my own car, which will be more than a full deposit for the payments. And I think I walked out of there paying very little a month for a brand new Skoda. I think the car cost like £2,300. So I was born in 65, so that's going to be like 82, 83. And it just seemed amazing. And here I was driving around in a brand new Skoda. Of course, everyone didn't think so much of the Skoda. I got ridiculed quite a lot because people just thought they were pure junk, but they just weren't. I just enjoyed driving that car. I mean, it was really, it handled well. The steering was good. It was definitely a step up from the Datsun 120Y. But one of the cool things about the Skoda, as I said, was the alloy wheels. And I mean, they were cool alloy wheels. So here's what I done with the alloy wheels. The advert said that the Skoda came with British radial tyres. And British radial tyres meant that I got on my Skoda Foral Goodyear Grand Prix S. Just not any tyre, a Goodyear Grand Prix S. So what I done was I took the wheels off, set them up on the bench, went to Drive Right in Portadown, bought a white marker and coloured in the bit where it says Goodyear Grand Prix S white. So here I had a sporting looking Skoda Super Estelle with Grand Prix S tyres and the Grand Prix S highlighted. So that's my story about the tyres. So looking down around the Skoda now, that looks definitely a different colour there to there. There's definitely a split in them colours, so it's had some paintwork somewhere. So I'm not sure if that's the original paintwork or that's the original paintwork. I just don't know. My gut feeling is the front is not original paintwork. Although I'm not sure. Maybe the wings have just been painted. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. So I actually have scanned the colour of this when I had it on the trailer, bringing it home from when I bought it, and scanned it here. I brought it to a paint distributor and scanned it for whatever painting I'm going to do in this car, and I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do yet, paint-wise. And you got an aerial. How cool is that? Now, one of the big issues with this bonnet is it's definitely a bit ropey here. Someone's been messing about with filler or isopon or fiberglass or something. Other than that, it's not bad at all, except for down here. And I'll put it down now and let you see. So right here, if we can't cut a bit of metal out here and weld a bit in, we're in trouble. I think that's what we got to do. Finding a good bonnet is going to be unlikely. Now, I haven't cleaned this side, but the door straps had broken here, and you have a kink here, the retaining strap for that door. Going round the back, and this is a rear spoiler. How cool is that? And a racy bumper as well with a tow bar. Whoopie-doo. This is the engine complex. So mechanically, we don't know what is the situation with this engine. I mean, it will turn over. We put a battery on it, it will turn over, but there's no spark. So we're going to investigate that further and move through this project. Any advice would be gratefully accepted. Also, advice on what you think I need to do with this paint. I had an inclination of putting a vinyl roof on it. What do you think of that? Or would you leave it original? Now, we do know that this car had some treatment for rust because there's a sticker on the window. And there's the dealer, Freddie Pritchard Motors, the very same place I bought my Skoda. How cool is that? Just looking along the back again. How about this? Czechoslovakia. There's no such country anymore. I mean, built behind the Iron Curtain. But the Czechs were renowned for being tremendous engineers, irrespective of what you think. I mean, listen to Bangers for Cash, Matheson's boss, who used to be a Skoda dealer, and he spoke really highly of the engineering ability of the Czechoslovakians. All the doors look really pretty good. Along the bottoms and the door panels. However, on this door, we're going to have to take it off and do some welding here. But other than that, it's really good. And that's the only one with that problem. The dash and the inside look cool. However, I thought there should have been something here for a radio. Like a center panel there to incorporate the gear stick. I mean, there's Pioneer speakers in the door cards. But the seats have had seat covers on them. And they're pretty good, with the exceptions of the rear seats, which are eaten away with the sun, I would say, more than anything. Rear seat bases, I think, will clean up. However, rear seats themselves need recovered. So any advice on that, I'll be grateful. Also, the rear parcel shelf has been cut out, speakers cut out on it. So they're going to be a problem. Whether we can make one out of hardboard. The roof lining is really, really good. So in order to get to the battery, this is something I didn't even know until now. I think you pull that seat base forward, like so, and then you push this button up here, and look at that. This car comes with a brand new Halfords battery. And there's a storage space in the back of these seats that I didn't know was here in my Skoda. I mean, I cannot remember ever knowing that that was there. That's completely news to me. So what I want to do is I want to clean this car up. The paintwork, shine it up. You might say, well, what are you doing that for? Sure, at the end of the day, you're going to paint it. Well, I don't know if I'm going to paint it. I'm going to take advice from you. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to clean it up to get it looking as well as it can look, so that I can sort of appreciate what we've got. And there's nothing worse than working on a really dirty car. I like to work on a car that's clean, that gives you the incentive to work on it. And this is a product that I use. I really like Auto Glim polish. I mean, they're not giving me millions yet. However, when you polish with Auto Glim, if you get a bit of white on bumpers and stuff, it tends to be easier taken off. I used to use old turtle wax and Simonez and different things, but anywhere that you got it that wasn't paint was tricky to get off. So I'm going to put you in time lapse as I do a bit of cleaning up in this car, and then we'll start to see what we've got. I'm going to clean the paintwork, I'm going to clean the bumpers, I'm going to clean the glass, I'm going to hoover it out, clean the seats up. Let's just see how good this car can look. Coming straight out of a barn, then being bought and put out in a yard, and now coming to me, and I'll have fun doing it. I thought it would just be fun to do an inventory of what come with this super Estelle. Well, first of all, various bits of sponge, and I assume they're for the jack, and of course we have a jack for jacking her up in the event of a puncture. Then we have this air intake, which I assume, pretty sure, is to do with the air filter, the carburetor. Then we have another type of air filter. Is there anything in it? Which does not have an air filter in it. But I'm just wondering, have it got two air filters? Surely it doesn't have two air filters. So that goes on there. Not sure if that's the way it came off, but I'm sure I'll find out sooner or later. Then I've got this air filter. And I mean, does that go on there? And it has nothing in it either. This car practically restored. So we need an air filter. Then we got this, which looks like an air filter, but it's completely nothing to do with the air filters that I've just looked at. Then we've got this, and I don't know what this is. Made in Germany, Volkswagen. So maybe this has nothing to do with this car whatsoever. Then we've got this, which looks like another type of air filter, which I'm guessing is nothing to do with this car. Then we've got this contraption, Volkswagen again, so I assume nothing to do with this car. Rocker cover, which is off the car. Now apparently the car had a head gasket issue, and the head was done up, this is hearsay mind you, and reinstalled, and they couldn't get it started. So that's why the rocker cover is still off it. Then we have this plastic contraption, and I think this is going to go under the bonnet, covering the master cylinders for the clutch and the brakes, I'm guessing. Then we've got a broken mirror. Then we've got this, which looks like a fuse box cover. Spare set of leads, used ones, there's new ones in it. Oops. Cork gasket, I assume that's for the rocker cover. Then we have a cylinder head gasket which looks used. They have a cylinder head gasket which looks used, and a cylinder head gasket that looks used. They have a cylinder head gasket that looks nothing like that cylinder head gasket. Don't know what's going on here. In fact, we have loads of gaskets. This car comes with tons of gaskets. That's used. Complete parts list. Not sure what that's all about. But there are a lot of gaskets come with this car. Whether they're for this car or not, I don't know. Hopefully
hopefully we won't need them. Skoda Fords never lose head gaskets, do they? Then we have a copper head gasket. Then we have another used head gasket. Then we have another copper head gasket. I mean, the man that owned this car must have cornered the market in head gaskets, particularly used ones. Doesn't buy good, and loads of little gaskets. A wheel brace, another wheel brace, and a sun visor, which is good because the driver's side one is missing. So that's everything that come with the car. I thought you'd be interested to see what it came with. Why there's so many air filter options, I don't know, but we're going to find out. And finally, I didn't think, I'd missed this one. I don't know what that is. Is that anything to do with the Skoda Ford? Maybe let me know in the comments. So now we've taken inventory of what actually we got with this car. There's a couple of other things. We got this cover here, which I assume goes in the bonnet, and a couple of other heavier things. Sound deadening, which I assume goes behind the seats. And this really heavy rubber matting, I mean, it's really weighty. So my guess is it goes behind the seats as well. As we noticed before, the battery is in behind the seats, so I'm going to connect it up. What am I doing here? So just park that down. So I think it's a good job when we, before we restore a car, we find out what actually does work, rather than doing work on the car and finding out some stuff doesn't work, and then not wondering did it work in the first place. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the ignition on. Steering feels lovely. And there we have two lights on the ignition. Now, where is the horn? The horn works. What's this? Hazard lights. How does that work? Oh, that looks good.
Sounds like a clock.
Sounds brilliant. What's this here? What is this? Oh, look. You turn this round and it puts the light on the dash. That must mean the rear window heater. But how do you actually get the blower to work? Oh, you turn it that way to get the rear window heater to work. Then you turn it the other way to make the blower work. But the blower's not working. We haven't got any blower. Lights. Well, there's the dash light up. What else have we got? Let's have a look and see what lights we've got. So, side lights. Full lights. Full beam. Wow. Go to the back. Yeah? No, what about indicator? Indicator. What I see, where's reverse in this car? Brake. I haven't pushed the brake yet. Brake light works. How cool is that? What the reverse is? Is that reversing light? No. No? How about the number plate lights? Number plate light? Yeah. But one of them works? Yeah. But no rear lights? No. Right, lights off. I wonder where fog lights is. How long do I try pull this out? No. No. How long? What's that? Do anything? No. How about now? No. That should be fog lights. So fog lights isn't working. What else do we need to check? Oh, let's have a look at the engine, and I'll try and turn it over, see what happens. Yeah. So she turns over for sure. Brilliant. Window winder. Hits off the speaker. How cool is that?
Well designed speaker precision.
How cool is that? Now there's the thing there for putting the interior light on. Interior light works. Off the doors. Hang on, what do I say about this side? There's interior lights on both sides. Look at that. That's cool. Now this one needs a bulb, but that one works. So if you open the door, it stays on no matter what. You can't open the door and keep it turned off. How about this window winder? Never smoked in. This one's a wee bit on the stiff side, but it works. Now look at this here. One of the things that Freddie Pritchard told me when I was buying a Skoda was it had a child lock facility. Very modern. Mind you, I don't think that was working somehow. Bit stiff, isn't it? What about this window winder? Again, a little bit stiff from lack of use, but working. I mean, if we took the cover off and lubricated it, I think it would work good. I mean, all these panels, see all these panels? How cool are they? Like, they're just a bit dirty. Look at these circles too. How cool is that?
What are they for, tax discs?
I mean, that they're sporty looking. And again, the speaker. Well, it doesn't actually hit. Well, it does. It does. But everything works.
Somebody's put them in. They could be original.
Well, I know that my Skoda Farl came with a Philips radio cassette. And that's Pioneer. So maybe it was Pioneer. Dual cone speaker TS-1001. But in the middle, I'm pretty sure there's something missing there where we should have a radio. How about here? It opens and closes, but nothing in it. Look at the mirror, vanity mirror on the seat. On the what do you call? On the sun visor. Now, what do these seats go back at all? Working perfectly. Look at this carpet, how good it is. I mean, what's the driver's one like? Absolutely perfect. I'm going to give this a good clean out. This next part of this video, I want to clean this dash, clean all this mouldy stuff off, and get this car looking really cool. I mean, look at in here. Look at how good this car is. I think all that is totally amazing. Now we need to put something on here to stop that door opening too far, which is just a pin really. And the other door, as I've seen before in the previously needs welding done. But this heater blower is not working. And
It might work if the engine runs.
if the engine runs, it might work. And there's a couple of wires down here. Like that looks like, is that an aerial thing? Well, there was a radio in it, so that has to be an aerial. So therefore, something's missing here for putting a radio in. And it'd be cool to be able to have that. I mean, if we're going to Birmingham to the NEC, we're going to need a radio. Brilliant. And the gears feel brilliant. So,
Cleaned up well.
it'll clean up lovely. And look at these seats. Look. Other than the two back seats, the seats are marvellous. They've been protected. And the carpet has been protected by Ulster carpets, whatever you call it. This is what protected the carpets. Bathroom carpet with rubber back. How cool is that? And the cigarettes. Look at that. Look at the bed. Look at the fag butts in it.
28. 30-year-old.
What? Who was sitting in the back of this car? Alex Higgins. I wonder was the hurricane in this car. What about the cigarette? Ashtray. Well, it's empty, but it has been used.
Passengers have been smoking.
But funny enough, there's no cigar lighter. And for an early car, that's a bit strange. I would have thought there should have been one. But that's it.
Santa Claus was missing.
Must have been missing there. So that's it. That's cool. Looking forward to pressing on with this restoration now. So the vision for this car is to restore it to the roadworthy manner. I mean, this car has not been on the road for over 30 years that we know of. But we intend to put it on the road. I'm going to start cleaning it inside now, polishing up all the wonderful dash and the door panels and hoovering it out and cleaning the carpet. However, the vision for this car is to drive it from here in County Armagh, Northern Ireland, to Belfast, put it on a boat, take it over to Liverpool and drive it down to the NEC in Birmingham, which is at the end of March or something. Now, I'm not real sure how to do that. The Practical Classics Restoration Show, we were there last year. We flew in and flew out on the same day, but this year we'd like to do more. We really enjoyed it. However, that is the vision. So, in order for us to keep it out, we need to do. So, if you can have any that in relation to that, this will be the same. Memories, and I think it's a worthy thing to do. And like going forward, it'd be great to do our videos, and maybe I'm using my phone, my iPhone. It'd be great to have a proper camera and do things really well and take it to a different level. So if you can get behind that vision and help us with some provision, every little helps, and we'll be grateful for every little, I can tell you that. Not only will it help, it'll give us great encouragement. Also, parts for this car is going to be tricky to get. I mean, if you have any parts lying about for Skoda Super Estelle 120 LE, you can see some of the things we need. We'd be grateful if you could help with them. Our address is in the description as well. We're in Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. And I mean, I actually think we're actually part of the United Kingdom and we're part of the EU. So it doesn't matter. I think it's easy to send stuff here. It's not complicated. I get stuff on eBay all the time. eBay is such a blessing. I mean, for parts as well, we've got stuff. I mean, I got my Haynes manual out of eBay this week. And we're looking forward to working on and completing this car and driving it to the NEC. If you know anybody in relation to the NEC in the Classics Restoration Show that can give us some advice on how we get there, how we get involved with this, maybe we need to get involved with the Skoda Club, whoever or whatever we need to do, we're going to do. Also, we've got a green logbook, the old green logbooks, and I'm pretty sure if I insure this car and go down to the post office, I should be able to get it registered and MOT. I mean, or not MOT, it's MOT and tax exempt, but I mean, get it taxed so we can take it on the road. So if you know anything about that or can give us any help in any of those ways, we'd be really grateful. Now, I've never asked anybody in any of these programs. I mean, we restored this Citroen Saxo open scandal. I've never asked anyone to like or subscribe or do anything, but right now we're holding up the hand and saying, if you can help, we'd be grateful for your help, and every little will help. So that's it. We're going to press on now and clean the inside of this car out and polish it up. We're going to take it out and we're going to get ready to put on the ramp to see what we're like underneath. I mean, we've had a look under the car and it doesn't look real bad. It looks pretty good. The sills are bad, but other than that, it's pretty good from what we can see so far. Not sure about the petrol tank. I mean, there was a strong smell of petrol when we picked it up. But the guy who when we picked it up, he lifted it up with a tow bar and pulled it around with a telescopic handler. So who knows, maybe that caused the problem. But we're going to put this car back on the road, and we appreciate any encouragement or help you can give. So I've decided I'm going to use some antibacterial, my wife says, stuff here, stuffy, to clean all this mildew and these cigarette butts out of this. Alex Higgins is the Hurricane cigarette butts. I'll tell you one thing. Ugh. Whoever smoked them didn't leave much. I mean, there was no waste. I was thinking I could read the bottom of these and see what brand they were the Embassy Regal or Benson and Hedges or Silkcut, but there's no hope. Whoever smoked them got value for money. I'll tell you that much. So that's going to kill all the mildew. And then I can give it a polish with some interior car cleaner. But like, for this being a very basic sort of a car, I mean, the attention to detail in the panel, it's just not a flat panel. I mean, there's lots of attention to detail in it. Particularly in the front, where it has little circles, like here. Let's look at that. Oops. Look at this pocket. Look at all the detailing in that. I mean, it's not just a basic Annie door card. Some thought has went into it. If we're going to be working in this car, it's better to get this stuff killed, whatever it is, mildew or whatever. But anyway, I'll put you on time lapse and you can watch it on time lapse. Now, back in the early 80s, when young men, 16, or not 16, 17, 18, maybe 19, early 20s, one of the absolute necessaries in a car, and it wasn't always available in a car in them days, was, does it have reclining seats? And the answer is, absolutely, particularly on the passenger side. And you might ask, well, what do they want reclining seats for? Well, for relaxing. What else would you want reclining seats for? Just to relax. So giving the glass a wee bit of a clean, just to see how good it is, and it looks pretty good. I've noticed that we have a sun visor. Now on the day, these sun visors might have had the dealer's name or Rothman's Rally or Shell Sports, or even in the very odd case you might have had Dave and Sharon, who knows. But for me, this one's had its day. I mean, it's just gone, it's just done. So I'm going to take it off, but it would be nice to get a good one. So if anyone's got one of them lying around, I haven't seen one for years. Something surprising Skoda, which would have been the advert for these cars. So if anybody's got one of them, oh here, it's stuck to I need to neatly take it off there's it off. So that's what the sun, I think mine's got a little bit of tobacco look to it.
Nicotine flavour.
Nicotine flavoured one. But there you go. So thank you for watching this video on the Skoda Super Estelle. I mean, all we've done really is clean it up, see what we've got, and get a rough idea of what's going to be involved in this restoration. I mean, we know we've got an engine, we know we've got a gearbox, but we haven't got it running. And the first problem we've got a rotor arm, but the rotor arm turns out it's the wrong one, because the rotor arm that's on it looks as if it's scrap. But anyway, just a few wee things that we've found in this car that I forgot to show you. For example, inside here, in between the seats, this is the choke. I forgot about that. And another thing here is, back in the 70s, BT advertised with Busby, and I'm not sure if that's Busby, but what does it say? I mean, whoever had this car definitely had a complex. Don't laugh at my car, huh? Thank you for not laughing at my car. But anyway, that's this video finished. I hope you've enjoyed it. I mean, what we're going to do now is we're going to push it over the four-poster ramp. We're going to lift it up and see what lies beneath. And let's hope it's pretty sound. I mean, we think it's sound, but once we get it up in the air, we're going to know. So if you want to get involved in the vision, get involved in the vision. It'd be great to have you on board. And thank you for your support. And look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the restoration of this Skoda Super Estelle.